if not being that second ban. So yes, although we go into the quote-unquote meat and potatoes of this map, and it's just a standard comp pretty much on both sides. Exactly.
Yeah,
but
they're pretty standard comps. Pretty
standard
standard comps, but we have like the Vice Cypher that we kind of spoke about a little bit earlier. We've got KRU on defense, we've got Loud on attack. So the Vice can struggle slightly if the other team decides to go super aggro. Dude, the Salvos did a lot of damage there.
See if they actually try to get that big purchase on him as we look towards A to start things off here.
And you're already seeing
like, I think the Vice does a lot of stuff better than the Cypher, but I think if you're on defense, you start pushing against it. They got so much with the double swing there. Hey, very nice for Loud on this one. Lovely pistol. We'll keep an eye on it.
As he was trying to rotate into the site, so all towards A, a little bit of split between north and south side there, and Loud.
Seawell with the tier 1, thank you for the 19 months, Brozak, and also with the prime thank you for that, dude. Appreciate the 8 months. Thank you for that.
We're also mentioning at the desk or even
let's drop a bra, mate. Guys hit him 4 insta dings, Bacon. I think that's not bra worthy. So this is obviously again this is like what the Cypher is like best at, right? And you can go here and then you can join the rest of your team, but the Vice can't really do that. You can't actually just get like the odd info. 2 deaths are allowed, and we see a couple of regen armors. Nothing getting bought for KRU, so should be able to get full armors next round.
So KRU sees Molly's now from top side to Tejo, Salvo, and they come back to the south side now. So they're wondering what's the arcade play, what's going to happen when Cloud is really just here looking to attack from the bottom side.
And that's why they're still playing towards the spawn. You are playing an anti-eco, you want to make sure they're not pushing against you. Also,
the fastest you've been bored with a Valorant meta. Yeah, Tejo does need a little bit tweaking, I agree. But I do think you'll see some cool stuff in this meta, because teams can definitely explore with like ISO deadlock way more.
But the post plan should be looking fairly easy here for the Loud side.
And they stick together. Weapons they want to be able to cover.
Oh my god. Weirdest round ever for Vinny. Dude, everyone he shot was just jumping in midair. Yeah, it's one of the better ults to get online early.
And you want to see that coming out from your IGL as well. Rookie year coming out for Vinny on the side, where a lot of pressure and questions were coming in for this player. I mean, you've lost Sadak over on Loud side at the beginning of the year, and now Vinny steps in, and he had some pretty decent calls going into kickoff. He had maybe one map that he was able to call well against the Sentinels, lost, but it is still a map that they got against them.
Yeah, let's see the bonus against the buy round, and honestly, the bonus is basically a full buy anyway.
At least now in round number 3, it's not really looking like
Loud should be super tempted to go for a double AWP default, really. Speaking of orbs, insta aiming. Wait, they're pushing out. Oh. Oh, I like this though. They pushed out and they saved their stun for the drone. Honestly, I don't know if it's hindsight because we can see the mini map, but committing there would have been nice.
All right. Quick denial there.
Let's keep an eye on Vinny. 2 orbs away. They have tree control and they are about to get arcade control. And I'm pretty sure this orb's still here, no? Can you just go back and get it? This is an open site. Vinny could get the plant down, could get his ult. Loud looking great.
Slow activations, right? We already see the Vice utility.
We got a nade to the plant. Goes a little bit too deep. Breach damage with the spam.
Interesting.
Does he wait for them? Like, what's the... Dude, that's crazy. He had the ult and he didn't just tuck in. He decided to actually get out of there. I think he should have just tucked in the whole time with ult. Maybe he's scared of this angle.
And now the attempt from KRU to come in. They're trying to deny the angles. They know where Pencada is. Oh, just the backs. The shots cannot be finalized right now. And those are very early.
It's still really nice from Loud because again, this comp is just so good at playing off the plant. I'm already seeing like Loud have a good understanding of this map, right? That's what we were saying that NRG weren't doing all the time, just spam B hits. A lot of times you can't play Heaven, which means that you don't really have many places to play on the site, so normally the trades are good. And then yeah, after plant utils just so strong.
a key piece.
It's a really nice start from them.
But the thing is, on a retake that you just saw here from
Sonia, thank you for everything, dude. Appreciate the 20 months as well.
There was just so many open angles
Thank you for the
that
20 months.
allowed to set up good crossfires, good trades, and again, just a very clean pulse plant setup.
And see how they keep this going. If they're still doing distraction, again, Kawanzin throws the salvos off from the top side of the map and instantly rides the rope back, but another push, this time from B.
Yeah, Loud are kind of together, though, with a lot of these.
And it's good looking on the side of Loud. They've tempoed different ways throughout these 4 rounds. A lot more defaulting in the very beginning. They played all the way
fast.
back
Yeah,
the
it's really
spawn,
fast at the
They
moment.
wanted to disrespect the smoke that was dropped down by KRU on that side, just to let them know, hey, you can't start taking control here of your defensive side against us.
We had Fracture
Something, again,
twice.
that
2 teams
really
played
good
Neon,
at.
2 teams played
And
Raze.
when
What do I
KRU won
prefer?
that 2-0 against Loud, a lot
Honestly,
of
if
it
I
was
have
around
a
the good
Neon that's
rotations, the
good on
aggression
this
that was
map,
coming out
I
from KRU,
do
the
prefer the
extreme
Neon.
control that was coming out from the
Just
side.
purely
They usually
for
do it
the
from
fact
defensive
that
sides. It's like they're a little more comfortable on the retakes, how
if you're
they
like
play
playing
here.
good, you do 3
It's on the
smokes and they
early
do
part of the round,
smokes
you gotta
down
give
as
Loud
well.
credit for understanding there's
A
gonna
lot
be
of the
bit
time,
a
having the
push
wall
strategy
to
coming
actually
through,
like
and they
re-hit
handle it very well.
can be a big difference maker. I think it
It's
makes
going to be a
life a
planet
lot
A
easier.
and a wait out on these timers. So good positioning, good money right now here for Loud. They feel very comfortable, especially with where the ults are going to start hitting. They have Kawanzins coming up soon. So KRU is definitely going to have to formulate something, either on the retakes or figuring out that Loud's doing this Kawanzin salvo.
Blobby, yeah, Blobby actually just wrote pretty much the same thing. I promised I didn't see it.
And the good thing about this position right now in the pulse plant for KRU, I mean, they're not going to die to spike. They're just looking for exits or just hopefully die to their opponents so they don't
Whose
only
map
save
pick is
1,000
this,
credits
Chris?
into the next round. Maybe Mazzino wants to make sure that he stays at least a Vandal. Shy gets one, but at the end of the day, it's the time that you have.
Timeout? No, they might give him another buy round before they time out. We'll see. Oh boy. Dude, I was singing the praise of Shy in my Pick'ems videos and I see that aim.
There's not enough utility that allows for them to get safe haven passage into the start of the retake. And they're just getting
C1,
fully
thank you
punished
so
by
much.
Loud.
Or XC1X,
This is
thank
why
you,
I think
thank
this
you.
is perfect here for Adam to
Appreciate
call
the tier 1,
timeout
thank
so
you for
they
the
can
2
start
months.
that conversation to see how they could leverage that.
Okay, do they want a timeout for the second buy, or do we give them the second buy?
Because if not, this is looking
Looking
to be
a little bit like a
very
timeout.
one-sided Loud attack side.
And I wonder what he says, right? Because Vinny has actually kept Loud on the bottoms, the south side of Fracture the whole time. We've seen once Tui's kind of go through arcade, and they met Tui's underneath B.
KRU is going to miss
But
bind.
now
Yeah, they had a
have the
great bind.
conditioning of hitting the sights from
They
the south
definitely
side
love a
while they start
vice.
going more towards the top, playing with those salvos that Kawanzin has. So nice job by Vinny to kind of be able to make this work. A-B just from that bottom.
Yeah, and if anything as well, KRU, when they were trying to go for the aggression, it was a lot on just 1/4 of the map.
True.
Remember the eco they had, they pushed towards the A side, and when they went for the second eco, they just had 3 players push down towards tree. That was all punished. But this is a perfect map that allows you to have a pincer maneuver on both sides, and you have a perfect composition to be able to do so for KRU on your defensive side. And you know, again, the aggression and how good KRU could be in these trade possibilities, trade capabilities.
Savages,
and the
thank you so much for the
fundamentals
4
of
months,
teamwork.
mate. Thank you for
They
that.
could definitely start
Maybe Brenner was
dictating that
right.
pace
I mean,
a
this is
little
an
bit more
incredible
to show
start.
that they're not afraid of the scoreline that's being shown so far from Loud.
Kawanzin doesn't change a thing. See if Loud tacks onto this. Actually, Tui's is going to be there this time too. So looking at KRU's
they
side
wanna
now,
go
again,
aggro
like you're
on
saying,
this
they
one,
go for this
KRU.
push, see if they can refine it just from that B side. They are going to meet up with.
Gonna get a little bit wild. 6-person Joe, insta ult. Dude, he tanked the flash. Tanked the flash and they're getting pinched. And mate, Vinny is out of there. And the rest of the team is just left to just get wrecked. Vinny just left him. That's funny. I thought they were at least going to 3-person fight together. He does get out of there with the spike though, so it gives him a good chance. They get the plant down. Vinny still has ult.
Although they look like they're in a disadvantage, they have great utility to work
he
with.
saw him, right?
Far Tui's is pushing
No.
at the spawn.
Rolling Thunder comes back through. Kawanzin turns. They're going to have ultimate there as well from Armageddon. If anything gets too sticky on this one, they use it right away, Vans.
Really nice, man. Lauda looking kind of unreal.
Looks for the shot. Kawanzin getting that. The trades just are not there for that man, and he'd probably get the second one with the way he's been playing. But now it's up to Adverso. These rounds he has been able to clutch before, but at 2 HP it is a very tall task. And the drone just waiting him out. They know he's behind the column, and they're waiting for the sound.
And there's not enough time. I mean, you got
Yeah,
2
really,
HD.
really nice.
At this point,
So Vinny's reaction in the end was just perfect. Managed to actually get the spike out of there. I thought he was going to stick around, or they were all going to be on the same page. Vinny just left the 2, but the reaction from the other 3 was like good to just get over towards the site. The taking of space, realizing that they had like 5-person pinched here was awesome though. It was 2Es, right? To get into this pause.
This position, from 2Es doesn't allow for the rotate to happen. We might catch some players off guard with a knife out, but they already knew that there was going to be some sort of pressure coming back from A main because of the early pincer maneuver that was displayed by Crew. So very good heads-up calls by Vinny.
Money's out of control as well. It's just super convincing from Louds. The rounds aren't even that close.
And that's another gun round down for them. See Kesnet trying to get some purchases in because of that money that's been kind of flowing into his pocket, but Loud has full control over this game. They almost feel that Crew is pushing themselves a little further to get these first shots, find the first bloods, and it is just coming up everything Loud. Spike's still down here as they just kind of default around, but they do have Collinzine finally holding the top side of the map, and they didn't use those early salvos this time.
Yeah. And Crew's probably on their 7th page of the defensive strategies now into scenario C. Another eco. At least I hear rifle in the hands of Kesnet from that weapon that was saved from the previous round from an Averso, but it's turtling up towards the B site.
Okay, they trigger the wall. They know they're like deep over towards A main. All smokes go down. It's like another impossible round for Crew, really.
Gets expelled from the A site.
And I think fundamentals here for Loud is perfect, right?
They get even the strong plant.
That could be attacked. Fault line there over the rope. In goes Digizine and nobody can pressure it. They have the space. They rinse and repeat with simple utility to keep taking small areas. And it makes it so hard.
It is. There's a
yeah, they can't do anything.
There's another smoke. There's not enough util from Crew to counter back as a team, and they're going to cross towards the finish line where, again, the crossfires are out from Loud.
Dude, they might have to double timeout.
They're going to have the high-low, or literally front and back, if you will. And
this is an absolute slaughter. They're not even getting like kills, really. Well, what's the frags? 5, 3, 2, 2, 1. Got 13 kills. You're on 6 rounds.
Pretty good so far. A little 6-0 for the Loud side.
They've been doing so much work, and everything is being executed so quick. This one in eco, so they feel very comfortable to get into position, but they're set up to defend each other in these plays as well.
His map pick as well, yeah, it's like the worst possible start. Okay, must win round for Crew, and they started to get some ults online. We definitely got to keep an eye on Pancada's ult. Dude, he... No way, dude. This is absolutely owned it. I will say the breach flash was very, very nice though. Vinny, no joke, spammed all util to enable DGs to just absolutely send it.
And now already potentially, yes, definitely goodbye from the A site. As you already see Shy and Melzer rotating back to save here.
Dude, they just gotta save.
Ultimate. So we're talking about now.
Crew can't even get into this game.
Into the 7th round that you have ult cycles and weapons to work with. That could maybe be the saving grace for you to start and kick something up here for Crew side. But I think also the next step could potentially start bringing out an operator from Kesnet on the defense. But the thing
rush game. I mean, only a couple of these rounds have been there.
Chasing for the kills.
Loud still in the 3rd round showed that they can go
on the side of Crew where they can invest into these type of
double timeout. Yeah, I think so.
Right. I do agree. One of the ways to shut
it's
down
just a perfect snowball at the moment.
With the that hard angle hold. We see Digizine kind of breaking the timing of what Crew wants.
Dude, they're not even saving guns as well. Oh my god, they hunted them.
Anyways, you see kills across the map as Loud as not just keeping it to one side here.
Busy Boy, thank you so much with the 5 months. Thank you with the tier 1 mate. Thank you for doing that. And the Chican as well. With the box. Thank you with the 14 months. Appreciate the prime.
Protocols, Loud good on executions. Loud also very good at hide and seek because they're just keeping. They're finding everybody. They're finding Crew hiding for these weapons, trying to save these weapons, and they're just taking it away from their hands.
This is Vinny and DGZ combo just seeing.
Okay, so it is a low buy, and they can buy next.
But
and Crew this time 4 passing. hold over towards A main. They don't say anything, they drone out. This time they save the stun again to go on top. I do like this little push they do over towards A main where they like save the stun. I think it's nice.
They can kind of take a breath here if they want, but do they have the chance? They say forward. W is the only key on the keyboard right now, and they are going to hit some shots. Always with the outlaw goes 1-2 punch, and they turn it around real quick. 3v2 is KRU still. I take that back. That was a fall shy, and the kills coming in from Mazzino.
Oh, bro, 5 HP.
Mazzino limping to safety here to figure out where Kawanzin could be coming from.
And you just saw that KRU went for
but basically because
of the ultimates that they had, playing around
no.
with the steel guard and then the lurk.
Holy dude, they cannot catch a break. But they kind of messed up a little bit here as well. They just didn't expect the breach to be here because essentially they thought that this guy fired 2 outlaw shots, right? And then because the breach didn't swing to like save him or even use any util, they just didn't think it'd be there. And so I mean, they kind of should have too.
And he even finalized the 1v1 towards the end.
And like, what's bad about having Kawanzin be kind of a lurker? I mean, you have Breach on the other side as initiator. Yeah. One of your initiators is also lurking as Tui's covering the other side.
Salvos that can go anywhere.
Your salvos that can go anywhere. Kawanzin's going to clean
got
that
the
up
outlaw out. They can one-shot 2 people.
Now, as Loud come out swinging in this map, and we see KRU start to focus the top side a little bit more with their power here.
Here's the other silver lining again. They only used one ultimate.
They spot a bit of pressure over towards Arcade in reaction. They want to push from dash.
This time they have 3 ults. Kezin is close to his. And they have decent control of Dish.
I tell you what I like about Loud at the moment. They've done a really solid mix of everything. Like if you're actually KRU right now and you're playing against this, like there's no real rhythm from Loud. They've done a good amount of stuff. It's always been different. They got set out runs. They got a couple of defaults.
So they break the first initial utility. That's going to make Digi happy to have a flying.
Because this is the same as the 3rd round they did, but they haven't used this for a while. Breach all into Brim ult once they realize the side is clear and they're going to be here to try and use all the util to stop them from planting.
Armageddon goes down on one side as well. Canteen's going to be cooked up along with Spawn, and this is just hell for KRU. If they can stave this off, the entry could be very good for them. But taking headshots,
God, look how crisp they look.
Is just making it impossible.
At least we have here the Armageddon if he could get some space, but he's just stunned up at Verso.
Oh my gosh, Vans. Relentless.
I mean, when do they get around?
As well, just one by one, moving forward to get the last.
When do they actually get around? It still just looks so hard to play against. And then it feels like they're so out of it, then they just start using ults because they need to try get into it. I mean, this one was a little bit lucky because they managed to time the breach ult like just as they did their breach ult.
On the side of Loud, you don't have any scans, so how do you actually get through the smokes as they're being dropped down by the defensive side? A simple camera being thrown by Tui's stayed with the team instead of lurking around and trying to watch the flanks. It clears up and opens up the site. They know now that KRU's playing a retake once again that allows for them to have
it's a hard timeout. They're probably just going to say go aggro and pinch top side.
Ultimates and dude,
like I think they're just going to do a 4-person pinch top side. Maybe even 5, just do a 3-2 and then have the Vice Molly for the reaction.
Hey, if it ain't broke, let's
Wolf Sands, I guess, if you want it.
They're showing so many different facets of their attack side.
I think one of the big things we just saw in that round too. So Digizine walks up, they get the Vice Wall, the Shear to come out. He fakes the orb to see if they can pull anything from tower, and then they give the Rolling Thunder away. Then they fake execute, and you see the Vines go out. You see the flash go out, they wait for Vines to go away, and DG has a free site to run in, right? They're just waiting out once they find where Shy is, his utility, and what else stops them in these sites?
Okay, we got an outlaw. We got 4 people that can get one shot.
To have it really affect Loud, so it seems like they're running free once they figure out where
and
Shy is.
They go for the top side push that I thought they were gonna do. Problem is it's too obvious.
Again, they leave. Loud leaves 2 on the top side.
It's okay. Not too bad. They don't do it instant because it's too obvious. They do it a little bit later.
Guardian and Stinger as strongest weapons for crew, but they
so why are they not pinching from here?
How long have they had this? How long?
Oh god, it's a disaster, man. They're getting so wrecked.
Money, not having to get anything else, and the Outlaw continues to take down Crew, who is constantly put back on these low-buy rounds. Okay, that one goes too. Shy finally picks up one as they do try to take him out again, but
and if you look at the ults from Crew, they've been a nightmare. It's either been in a passing disadvantage, or like this on this round it's an eco as well. Like the desperation is just showing.
10-0. At least, again, if I want to try to find something at least positive out of this for Crew, is not that. But at least when you're seeing Shy playing towards the arcade boxes and he's being slammed by utility, he's still very good mechanically to pop the flash, swing, get the kill. So again, one of the key components into Crew's success from kickoff going into
they go aggro over towards tree again.
Good opportunities to
GG's in.
So far because his teammates keep dropping on the other
First
side.
time he's like messed up the movement and tanked one of the salvos.
Split now. They kind of move the initiator away from Digi, but I think that was just util. We got to remember, Haven was 10-2
I'm worried for him.
first in the upper bracket.
Dude, I thought he was going to get all three, honestly. It's a good trade. Okay, this is their best chance of getting around so far, especially if they have the Vice set up here. And they're going to realize that no one's going to hit their walls, so they kind of know that they're all from one side.
I think at least, if anything, Riv, you talked about Haven, that's the next map, so we could focus on that as well. that could be a silver lining for Crew to maybe push us into a third map, but right now at this point, it's almost a done deal. You're just hoping on going into the second
way.
that there is some
No way, Vinny's a beast, bro. He's a beast. How's he done that?
They do. And Adam will definitely know what to say. Seeing what happened on Fracture, maybe turn the team around. Vinny with the plan on A. Kez?
Okay.
Keznit?
They got the plant though.
Pencata here, loving the clutch situations. Just on the other side. They know where each other are.
Holy, they can't even win a 1v1 at the end here. I mean, there's a good chance. There's a nice little 1v3 into the 1v1.
Pencata doesn't skip a beat. If you're actually following social media and you follow Valorant NA socials on Instagram, I know I'm a boomer, I'm talking about Instagram, but at the same time, he was voted the best controller by the pros going into stage 1. So this is by the pros. So you're playing against a god being Kezedeus, but at the same time, it doesn't make you quake in your boots. You're still able to win the duel and then also make it 11-0. I think right now, if strategy is not working, coach can't really get anything done, the IGL is not good from Crew, they probably need the Crew fans in the crowd to probably start activating and help him out at least.
Might get some sleep after all. Yeah, what is this?
Squad work, and they have shut down every member of Crew, right? Nobody's getting the frags in.
Oh my goodness, the bunnies have absolutely shut themselves.
Shot by Adverso, a little bit of a wait. Vinny was kind of patient on that one. Not expecting the push down, and Crew finally find an opening.
They just started legging. They scared each other, for God's sake.
Could be the Brown Crew are able to grab here with Spike now. Knowledge at a tree.
It was a good start.
Was there.
It was at least a good start to walk contact and surprise some players, but the repeat going into that one, a little bit of a misstep.
My man keeps the Outlaw. He's
Please swing with this guy dueling.
Nice swing.
Oh my God!
Oh, you saw that.
I mean, it was a collat. He just had heavy armor.
Crew do grab themselves around here. That's going to be an 11-1 first half. And
let me just go check on these.
Crew the closest to those rounds.
They scared the hell out of each other. One sec.
To get themselves one.
Dude, that was a nuts half, man. Oh my goodness.
For sure. And you know, Tui's was the one with that Outlaw that almost got the line, a double headshot to play a 1v1 against his Sentinel compatriot on the other side, playing against Shy. Look at this lineup. So close. Only a 140 in the end, but still, Loud looking very strong.
Loud has been deafening on this first half. Let's see if they can continue when we come back. Oh.
Huh, nature sure is full of wonders. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
All Alright, just in time to meet the music as well. Man, I can't believe how much they wrecked them on this. Actually wrecked them so much. On your map pick as well, this can't get much worse if you're crew. I can't believe how much the bunnies wrecked me. Dude, one of them stepped on like a little log thing. The log moved. And then they just they just legged it. Can't get much worse, but it can get better. I mean, yeah. Bren must be smiling. I can't believe no one else went for Loud. But at the same time, I was always going to go for Crew just because of how they looked. Patchy, thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to Loud versus Crew here.
I appreciate the prime. Thank you for the 21 months.
First half, very loud. Now we'll see if Crew can bring that one round momentum screaming.
Dude,
back
if
for
you
the
crew at the
second
moment
half,
here,
because
you're
right
not
now I
even
feel like
focused on
Loud is
winning.
just
You're
trying to
literally
shoot
just
this
like,
together. They don't know it.
let's just
Hopefully
get some
Crew can
rounds and some
definitely
confidence.
Quiet down Loud's camp with their attack side.
You're
Again,
just-
a
you're
composition
just
that's
thinking
very
round
good
by
for
round.
these type of plays where I wouldn't be surprised if
Kesnet
is
gets
gonna
raid
be
bossed.
the
Tui's
courier,
gets raid
actually, for
bossed.
Crew to just get plants
Sure.
in good positions, so they have like the Adverso, Mazzino, and Melzer post plant utility that they could use now.
Yeah.
In these post plant scenarios, but look at that.
I do expect Loud to be doing a lot of this, right? This is what you want to kind of do against the Vice. You want to push loans.
The push towards A, but the action's at C right now. Loud with 3.
Wow,
And,
everyone's
the flip side of this,
getting
we also want to
kills.
see is that Loud can instantly close
They
out
played
a
so
game.
well together.
Let this one dwindle
Cleared
on
all of this
because you
space.
need
Didn't
a
have to
teams-
worry
or
about
you need teams, rather,
behinds.
that can do that.
Had a good little
Not let that kind of
high-low
waver
setup.
back and forth here, so it looks like they're doing good already. That's another shot from Digizine. And
Pressure
now
from
they will
here
hunt down
at the same
Melzer.
time,
This
so
does
Shy
not look good.
is
Get
getting
that
pushed
spike
from
down, some
both
extra money,
sides.
and, man, Loud are looking very,
Dude,
very
Loud look
clean as a
incredible
full
in this
squad right
map.
now. It's not just one person in the power.
Exactly.
And they got
You
Haven
bring up a
next,
good
and
point.
Crew have
You-
not
we-
looked
I
good at
talked about a
Haven,
strong
but
start. You're
surely
talking about
they
a
put a
strong
lot of
finish, and
time
we're
into
about to
making their
potentially
Haven
see it here
better.
from Loud, because we have now great anchoring from Kawatzin. Melzer, I mean, in a scenario where potentially you get it done, Wyatt talked about how Melzer was really popping off during
Is this one of
kickoff,
the high
but this
highs?
is a huge ask, definitely.
This would be the ultimate high. You have to tap into that Digizine God mode that we hear him talking about, and it's not going to happen there. Laid to
11
rest
chances.
just before he attempts it. 12-1 now. Game point here for
It was a
Loud.
good, it was a good pistol though.
Fracture again.
I like what they
Greg
did.
mentioned at the beginning that
And it also
neither
looks
of
like they
these
have a
teams
good
have
understanding of how they
coming
want to
into
play against the
2025.
Vice, which is
And we
just
see
going to be a
that
lot of
Loud is
aggro pushes on
very, very
defense.
prepared, at least coming from the attack side first.
Because if
Could
you
have
sit
been
in
different games
turtle,
if that was true
what
on attack,
happens is a
man.
lot of times the thorns just come down in the smoke, and you can never
impressive
like flood the site. So what happens is the
They are
people on
loving
site
it.
just get isolated
Loving it.
and overwhelmed.
I mean, when you're feeling at 11-1.5 and now already at map point.
Molly
That's
for
definitely
heaven,
a
damage
lot
for
of confidence,
heaven,
lots of utility. We were talking about that
damage,
every
Molly,
into
nade
the
to
site.
scatter in
So
case someone's
Molly,
behind or if there's some trips
fault
here.
line,
Kesnet already tanks a
salvos,
lot of damage.
counter
Can't
Molly,
disrespect the
sorry,
Molly.
to prevent that early push out for a plant.
Oh, only W keys. They're in the site already. You see Shy kind of curling up over there behind the spike boxes.
Look,
There's
it's a
plant
good
coming down
amount
now
of
from
damage that
Adverso.
Loud's
A lot
done.
of low health bars though on that attempt as they
Yeah.
got tagged up, and it's going to be tough as they protect for the retake.
No way. Dude, I thought
Losing
Pancada
Adverso
might
is
go
tough
down
now,
there.
'cause we just talked about the pulse plant utility.
Oh.
It's slowly disappearing.
They are just going back and forth right now. Slivers of health here
Two
from
people
Mazzino and
super low,
Melzer.
though. Kaunzin can win this.
Kaunzin one, Kaunzin two, a third one from the same spot. He's just going to turn. And Pancada's going to get half on this one and then look for the fight.
Oh my goodness, okay, it's close. We'll count it down.
Saves one, and they're actually going to be able to come out
They,
second round.
they win the
Huge to
Stinger
stop the
by.
momentum of Loud. They have a little bit of breathing room, but still very much suffocating on this one. 10 rounds down.
And you wouldn't want anybody else but
Arch,
Shy
thank you
in
so
this
much.
scenario
Appreciate
for
the
him to win a
26 months.
1v1. He was basically the highest rated player in number of clutch
Yeah, he is a
wins
beast, though.
during
Give you
kickoff
that.
of Americas. That's now converted at 24% when the average is 11% on clutches. And now adding 10th to the tally of number of clutches he's done this year.
Just anything
so far
to cheer
in
about.
Americas. Now a little bit of breathing room for KRU. Sigh of relief after they went for the Stinger buy and a plant, so that resets the economy of Loud. So will this actually be a very strong finish from the defensive side now of Loud, because KRU might start snowballing.
Blackjack guaranteed this? Oh, okay, that's why.
Focus towards that top side here for Loud.
Dude, was Bren not on? Could he not
positioning? See how Kesnet's entries are.
Didn't want to go for a Loud?
Go crazy and create distractions with that wall, slide around, but it's a little easier to identify the raise. His KRU identified 2 quick kills in Arcade. Digizine with a Sheriff on the other side, and this could be a pickup if it's not protected.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh my God, Mazzino,
My God, what is that?
Still, although it's
nuts.
against an eco here from Loud side, you still see the...
Okay, like we said, a little bit of confidence for them coming into the other maps. I think they need the confidence for Haven with powerlifting kickoff.
Looks like Melzer keeps his cool in that moment and is
Let's see the actual first buy v buy.
Let's see it again. So yeah, Loud just tried to put that fight up on Arcade. Huge job by Melzer.
Yeah, it's a nice shot at the end.
Not afraid to get into the sights. We see that they are not timid from the first half.
Yeah.
What do you mean they're gonna win this map?
When
Okay.
they have the advantage. Exactly.
I mean, I would love to see it, but honestly, at one point, Loud's just gonna go aggro and Shy's dead.
Unique coming out from everybody on the side of KRU, just like Loud has been very prominent across the board in the fragging department.
Dude, with the stun on top, they got 2. They're so much better at this map. They're so much better. Camera, contact, spot them, stun goes in, all on top. Double kill. It's sick. It's just, yeah, that's really nice. And they do the ult this way, so that if you don't get past that point, you're just done. Yeah, on these certain maps, these little trap plays with the cam are just so busted. Like, this is a really good setup.
Quick trades.
Cypher value. Oh yeah.
Now making this real tough. Will he go for another one of his 4Ks? Melzer's at 30.
This is the kind of stuff that worries me with like the deadlock as well, like the camera grav nets into deadlock stuff. But honestly, the breach stuff works just as well if it's areas the map like this.
Melzer 1 versus 4. GG. Sunned up, about to get rammed.
Look at this util. Wow, they absolutely own them. This was like really nice to watch for Loud. Really, really nice. It was so dominating. That was fast. The VOD is done in 32 minutes.